Before we begin combat in earnest, I will point out a couple things. None of you brought any torches. You chased after your lord into a dark cave. Plu's armor is your only source of light and your lord is blind.
He is not blind. His vision goes beyond the mere prime material world.
Just be aware, if Plu falls you will be without light. Beowulf lets out a blood-curdling cry and swings blindly.
Og. I hurl a bottle of mead at the Grendel. Jamie. How many times do I have to tell you mead is not explosive? Og. That is not my purpose. I tell Beowulf to follow his nose. The Grendel will be where the mead smell comes from.
And then he can follow his nose later to find Fruit Loops. The Grendel will hurl a femur he is holding. It pierces one of the rocks in the cave.
Scary. Game Master, are our new dwarven weapons effective against the Grendel?
The dwarven weapons wound the Grendel. Iris's new shield will deal friendly damage however. The ringing of her sonic shield within the confined space of the cave is very painful for everyone present. Everyone must make a resolve check.
Oh boy. Inter-party damage. Jamie. I am deaf. Og. I am also deaf. Iris. I am fine. Garrod. I fire my arrows through the wrists of the Grendel so he cannot throw things at us with as much force.
The Grendel does not like the ringing of your shield. Everyone may make a wits check. Those who succeed will note blood trickling out of Beowulf's ears.
Magical.
The Grendel will turn his aggression on the owner of the shield.
Og. Finally. After several sessions the shield maiden is finally doing her job and taking blows away from important members such as our lord. The fact she is sucking damage so our light source is safe doesn't hurt either.
Remember Iris, if you wish to take defensive actions, you must keep a held action. Also if you block with your shield, you will force everyone in the area to keep making resolve checks.
What if we are already deaf?
Then you risk doing permanent damage to your ears, and if it continues your brains will turn into putty instantly killing you.
Once again it is the party which poses the most danger to Lord Beowulf. Plu. I attack the Grendel's legs. Og. I have a cunning plan. I attempt to stick my dwarven blade in the kneecap of the Grendel.
Plu clearly has a grudge against the appendages that felled his other dream character. August, you miss horribly.
I try again, making raises for penetration.
Okay, you have a blade under the kneecap of the Grendel.
Garrod. I see what Og is up to and fire an arrow at the handle of his blade and try to dislodge the kneecap of the Grendel.
You fail to blast off the Grendel's kneecap.
Og. I take one of the femurs around the cave and swing it at the handle of my blade and try to pop off the kneecap.
Nope. The Grendel screams in pain but his kneecap will not burst off.
Plu. I will also swing at Og's blade. Og. Why are all of you jumping onto my kneecap popping bandwagon? Game Master, how is the Grendel looking from our onslaught of underhanded combat tactics?
Both of the Grendel's wrists have been torn up thanks to well-placed arrows. Even if you fail to rip off his kneecap, he is clearly limping and will be unable to travel far. Your Lord Beowulf has done respectable damage to his main body since he is above such tactics. Your shield maiden is also looking very blooded.
Og. Garrod. Hurry up, it's your turn. Og. I am hatching another cunning plan. Game Master, is it possible to use my gambling skill in combat?
How do you wish to apply it?
Out of character I know that I cannot hurt the Grendel with any of these discarded bones, unless there are magical bones here somewhere. I will use my gambling skill to calculate the probability of finding something magical to harm the Grendel with, since my blade is stuck in the Grendel's knee.
Alright. August, your character will dig up a shit ton of bones from the ground and throw it at the Grendel. Make a wits check.
What do I see?
Amongst the bones and dirt you see a glint of light. You think it's a sword.
Og. Pater. Plu. Can I see the sword?
Everyone else in the party will see August randomly throw junk at the Grendel. Those who roll spectacular perception checks will see the flash August spotted.
Plu. I appraise the flash of light.
What?
Plu. Does the flesh look like it came from something valuable?
Sigh. Your appraise roll says that the item is no doubt priceless.
Blue. Oh boy. Priceless. That means it's worth lots of gold. Og. That is not what priceless means. Oh, forget it. Blue. I try to grab the shiny thing while it is midair.
Make a finesse check.
I fail. Game Master, can I try again with my next action since the round is not over?
Sure.
I fail again. Og. Blue, what are you even doing?
Beowulf notices that the shield that deafened him makes the Grendel cringe. He steals the shield from Iris and starts smashing the Grendel over the head with it. Everyone make a resolve check for every time Beowulf's shield smashes.
Stupid shield. Blue. I dive into the pile of bones and start looking for the sword. Og. Blue, only I know it's a sword. Stop being a glory hog.
Beowulf fails his resolve check against Iris's shield and falls over, reeling in pain. The Grendel sees this opportunity and jumps onto Beowulf and prepares to rip him to shreds.
Iris. Can I charge the Grendel off of our lord?
You can try.
I charge. Am I able to stop the Grendel?
You do not deal enough damage to stun the Grendel. The Grendel will rend your lord and inflict multiple dramatic wounds on him.
Blue. I keep crawling around looking for the sword. Og. Blue, that is your fourth action trying to find a sword you should not know about in character. You have effectively left combat.
Beowulf struggles out of the Grendel's grasp and rolls into a pile of bones. He will lift the king's sword out of the bones and dive at the Grendel and cleave him in two.
Blue. No. How will I make my Grendel armor now? Og. I thought the dwarves already told you that was all kinds of sacrilege. Blue. So? Garrod. I look around the cave. Blue. I also look around the cave for stuff to loot.
Based on your rolls, Blue will find nothing of note, just more bones. Garrett will find an altar with what appears to be a feminine Grendel.
Blue. Yay, an altar. Garrod. No. I refuse to tell Blue about it. I tell Og and ask him to help me examine it.
Do either of you have occult or knowledge in history?
No.
Well, with your wits you can figure out it is a shrine to the Grendel's mother, but nothing else.
Og. Oh well, I tried. I cut open the Grendel and take its heart. I smear it over our Lord's eyes using my quack skill. Blue. I also want to quack something. I will take the Grendel's gallbladder.
Blue, your character does not know what a gallbladder is. August Beowulf will readily accept your treatment.
Garrod. Since I cannot find anything important about the shrine, I smash it. Og. Well done. Blue. I will quack by taking a random organ or something.
Garrett, you hear some frightening howling. Blue, what do you do with it?
I offer it to Lord Beowulf.
Beowulf will take the guts of the Grendel you give him, and say, "A gift this wonderful I cannot keep for myself." He cuts it up and says we must all share in this reward.
Iris. You. Og. Truly Beowulf is a noble leader.
Allow me to say this, even bushmen and witch doctors from ancient times knew to cook things like this.
Oh Blue, you win again.
Lord Beowulf and Iris will be incapacitated for the next day or so.
Iris. This is why you never trust quacks. Og. Nonsense. Blue's quackery is quite ingenious. The only ones who suffered this so-called food poisoning are the two members who received grievous wounds against the Grendel. Clearly raw Grendel intestines triggered latent healing potential on yourself and Beowulf. This is why you are currently unable to move.
Everyone must make resolve checks at night because there is a terrible haunting throughout the night.
Og. How do Beowulf's eyes look now? Iris. I hold up 2 fingers at him.
Beowulf's eyes are a very bright shade of blue.
Og. What color were his eyes before?
They were brown. Oh, and Iris. Beowulf will answer say he sees 3 fingers.
Jamie. Well done. Quackery has produced the first Aryan ever. Og, let us return to the dwarves when we are ready. We can give the dwarves and the king half a Grendel head as a trophy.
Very well. You go to a familiar mountainside. Beowulf will swim upstream.
But what about the walkway? Og. I'll give Beowulf a fate blessing just so I can keep an eye on his progress and see if he sinks.
You are before the dwarves again. Beowulf will join you much later and enter the hall of the chieftain dripping wet. The chief's eyes widen.
Og. I do a cold read of the chief.
The chief was pretty sure that Grendel would have killed you all. He praises Beowulf as a hero of legend for succeeding where all others had failed. Beowulf will say it is thanks to the king's sword and the magic shield, both dwarven made. He rings Iris's shield jubilantly, which causes the chief to clutch his ears in agony.
Iris. Beowulf is like a trained monkey. Og. Hold your tongue, wench. You are the trained monkey. Our Lord Beowulf is the great hero.
All is not well, says the chief. His people are unable to sleep thanks to the terrible howling at night.
Garrod. Maybe I should not have smashed the shrine.
The chief stares incredulously and says that was most unwise. The shrine contained power from the Grendel's mother. As long as she lives, her power will run free. It was used to communicate with the Grendel, so this suggests the Grendel's mother is aware her son is dead.
We asked the chief whether he knows anything about the Grendel's mother.
He shakes his head. Nobody has gotten past the glowworm and the Grendel. All he can tell you is that the Grendel's mother has all the same properties of the Grendel, but she is also much more cunning than her son.
Og. No doubt we will have to come up with a plan so cunning the tales of its cunning will linger forever. A cunning-lingus, if you will.
That is such a bad and vile joke that I'm going to end the video right here and now.